Hello and welcome back to 365 Days with mxmtoon. I'm Maia, a singer, songwriter, video maker, Oakland native, and a political junkie. I'm also a huge fan of history. I love untold stories, gross facts, hidden secrets, anything weird, dark, and funky from the past. Each day I'm going to share one of my favorite deep cuts with you, so let's take a look at today's stories.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365 mxmtoon.
On this day in 2010, Wikileaks published classified documents about the war in Afghanistan, marking one of the largest leaks of information in US military history. Run by Australian journalist Julian Assange, Wikileaks, which is not affiliated with Wikipedia, is a website that publishes news leaks and classified documents. This information is not intended by its creators for public consumption, making Wikileaks controversial. Is it okay to break rules for the greater good? And if so, who gets to decide what public good means? Or is a site like Wikileaks a security threat? Even a decade later, these questions are still hard to answer. But let's reverse. There's historical precedent for government leaks like this. In our June 13th episode, we talked about the 1971 publication of the Pentagon Papers. In that circumstance, a US military analyst became more and more disillusioned with the ongoing Vietnam War. So, he stole information that he had access to because of his job and copied them and delivered the copies to the New York Times, which ended up publishing them. These documents, known as the Pentagon Papers, revealed the United States was more involved in the Vietnam War than the people had been led on to believe. The implications of these documents played a role in the eventual impeachment of Richard Nixon. Still, WikiLeaks wasn't like the Pentagon Papers 2.0. Unlike the Pentagon Papers, these were unfiltered, uncensored documents that could pose security threats. If we want to get real nerdy here, you could say that on a Dungeons & Dragons alignment chart, the Pentagon Papers were chaotic good, while WikiLeaks was chaotic neutral. That might be kind of a reduction, but basically the Pentagon Papers still redact some info that could cause more harm than good, like specific people's names or disparaging comments that could cause danger to international relations. WikiLeaks, however, posted it all. So here's what happened in 2010. Former U.S. Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning leaked 750,000 classified, sensitive documents about the wars in the Middle East to WikiLeaks. This included a video of an airstrike in Baghdad, in which the U.S. military killed 2 journalists, mistakenly thinking their cameras were weapons. There was also a video of the U.S. Air Force killing between 86 and 147 innocent, unarmed Afghanistan civilians. The Pentagon released an investigation on the incident, but it didn't include the video. Even Daniel Ellsberg, the whistleblower who leaked the Pentagon Papers, called on President Obama to release the video, but the video wasn't released until Manning decrypted and leaked it. When we talk about leaking government information, we don't often talk about how exactly that works. There's security in place to prevent this from happening, so how did Chelsea Manning do it? Well, she snuck over 500,000 classified documents through government security by copying it to a CD and saving them under the name Lady Gaga. Classic. Manning was sentenced to 35 years in prison on various charges related to the leak. She only ended up serving 7 years, until President Obama pardoned her on one of his final days in office. Still, those 7 years were rough. She attempted suicide multiple times, and in 2013 she came out as a trans woman, while in prison, but it wasn't until 2015 that she was finally able to get gender-affirming treatment. By 2018, she got gender reassignment surgery that she had been wanting for years, and on Twitter she wrote, "After almost a decade of fighting through prison, the courts, a hunger strike, and through the insurance company, I finally got surgery this week." The information Manning leaked furthered the anti-war sentiment in America, but to this day, the US still has troops in Afghanistan. According to the Department of Defense, all troops must be out of Afghanistan by September 11th, 2021. The 20th anniversary of the attacks on the Twin Towers in New York City. These terrorist attacks first led to the U.S. invading the Middle Eastern country in order to dismantle al-Qaeda, the terrorist organization led by Osama bin Laden. But this war has been controversial because, as the leaks show, U.S. intervention isn't always a good thing overseas. The 9/11 attacks were horrifying, but does that justify the U.S. killing innocent civilians in Afghanistan? Now, let's talk about music. Today in 2011, Aaliyah performed her song More Than a Woman on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Little did fans of the R&B artist know, this was her final performance ever. 1 month later, the 22-year-old star was killed in a plane crash on her way back from a video shoot in the Bahamas. The plane was overloaded, crashing and exploding on the runway, causing everyone on board to die. Despite her short time making music, Aaliyah managed to make an impact regardless. She was discovered on Star Search when she was just 10 years old, and she released 3 albums between 1994 and 2001. Her second album, One in a Million, went triple platinum, and she even acted in the film Romeo Must Die. She contributed a song called Try Again to the film's soundtrack, which topped the Billboard Hot 100. Then, her third record also topped the charts, coming out just weeks before her sudden death. And now for today's final segment, I'll be going back into my own photo archives to see what I was up to on a July 25th in my life. On July 25th, 2020, just last year, I remember doing a Twitch stream where I read Wattpad fanfiction about myself. Now, most of these are just complete jokes written by members of the mxmtoon community that I actually know, and the titles of these are just really funny. We have Kidnapped by mxmtoon, written by I'm So Sorry Maia, which was ranked number 784 on the concert section. We also have mxmtoon Adopted Me, written by Hating It Here, who I know who that is, and it was a number 57 on the mxmtoon chart ranking. mxmtoon X Reader, we have written by mxmtoon Gave Birth to Me. Thank you so much for writing that. I had such a joy. I had such a joy reading it. It got to number 13 on Horse Girl ranking. And mxmtoon Inhaled Your Dog, which got to number 18 on the mxmtoon rankings with 158 reads. All of these are just really ridiculous. I remember reading them on stream the day that I screenshotted all of these titles and went to find them online. They were really funny. I had a great time. I am endlessly just blown away by the creativity in multiple forms that comes from the mxmtoon community, and this is just one facet of that. Thanks for going back in time with me, and remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Come back tomorrow for more stories from the past.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365.